Hello and welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute-a-day podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse, recorded here in the dining room of the Bible Bistro, located in Sharonville, Ohio. Hey there, friend. Welcome back to Daily Dose Radio here in the Bible Bistro. Come on in here and sit down with me because, this is your home for organic Bible study. It's responsibly handled. It's locally sourced. It's good for you. It's good. It's organic. It's artisanally made. It's the best. So come on in here and sit down with me and open your Bibles up. We're going to study this week Psalm 95, a beautiful psalm of praise. It's also a beautiful psalm of warning. So he gives us both. This is a psalm that has invitation. It has praise for God and for who he is, and it also has a warning for us not to neglect who he is, or his warning, or his invitation. This psalm comes to us without an introduction in the Masoretic text, although the Septuagint does have an introduction for this psalm, which says that it is a song of praise of David. So we've had two psalms right in a row now with no introduction, so they're orphanic psalms, but on both cases we have introductions in other translations of the Old Testament, principally the Septuagint. So it's interesting that that the psalmists, or that the 70 considered this a psalm of David. Now, I'm going to read, this is only 11 verses, so today down through verse 3, we're going to take it in little bites, mostly 2 verses at a time, and we're going to see these different pieces that we have in this psalm. And also, this psalm is going to take us to the New Testament. So we'll see that later on in the week. So today, verses 1, 2, and 3. Let me read that for us. O come, let us sing unto the Lord. Let us make a joyful noise to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before his presence with thanksgiving, and make joyful noise unto him with psalms. For the Lord is a great God, and a great King above all gods. So you can see right away that we have the invitation. O come, let us, number 1, sing. 2, make a joyful noise. 3, come before his presence with thanksgiving and make a joyful noise. So you notice that part B in verse 1 and part B in verse 2 are very much the same at the beginning, but then at the end it is make a joyful noise to the rock of our salvation, and then in verse 2 it's make a joyful noise unto him with psalms. Interesting, isn't it, that the psalmist would include psalms as a joyful noise maker. And then we have the explanation. Why? Why are we coming before this God? Why are we singing and making a joyful noise and giving thanksgiving to him? Why are we doing that? Verse 3 tells us that. Here we have what's called a key clause. This is the reason why we're doing it. For the Lord is a great God and a great King above all gods. So he is the one. He sits at the top. He sits on a throne. And so we're to come before him. Let us come before him into his presence. Notice that in verse 2. Let us come before his presence. So the great King has a court. He has a throne, and we are to come before him. Think of the throne scene in Revelations chapter 4 and 5. There in those throne scenes, we find the church gathered before the throne. And what are they doing? In both chapters, they sing a song. So they're coming before the Lord with singing. Why? Because he's a great God, and he's a great King above all gods. Now, we're going to tomorrow enter into the idea of what is it that belongs to him. So he's a great king. Well, a king has a kingdom, he has property, he has territory. What about this great king who is king above all gods? What does he have? We're going to find out about that tomorrow, which emphasizes our need, doesn't it, to come before him, and emphasizes the invitation, O come. So join me tomorrow. We'll look at verses 4 and 5 here on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. For more fresh and delicious Bible studies, podcasts, books, and more, check out the Bible Bistro online and on YouTube. Join me again next time for Daily Dose Radio.